Today, I won my trade, but it was still an unsuccessful trading day. Why? Because I broke my rules. All right, guys, let's break down this trade of the day. Like I said, it was a small win, but I broke my rules. So overall, it's an unsuccessful trading day. But let's make it successful by breaking it down and extracting the lesson from it. So moving forward, we won't make the same mistake again. I'll start off by saying that out of all the stocks on the screener, none of them fit my criteria of the first 5-minute candle opening green. That means today should have been a no trade day. But because last Friday was a loss, I felt eager to make a trade and make up that loss. So that's where the emotional aspects started coming in, and I broke my rules, which is not a good sign. We want to take the emotion out of trading and make it purely mathematical, only logic. Regardless, we'll hop into the trade. We're on the 5-minute. As you can see, the first 5-minute candle is red. I didn't think it was going to be red. It was pretty good news. It was a strategic all-stock merger. There might have even been something about a reverse split. We'll come into the 1-minute and explain entry and exit. So here we go. We open strong, we break VWAP, and then boom, fall back below VWAP, can't hold it. But then as I start seeing it, I have nothing else to trade, so I'm just watching this stock, and I start seeing it come back up to VWAP. And then it breaks VWAP and it holds VWAP. On the same candle, it broke the orb high, but also held VWAP. And then it started going green again. So I was like, well, I like this. It broke VWAP. It's holding VWAP. I think this is going to break the orb high again with more confirmation. So I did wait for the confirmation. I could have chased entry right here, but I didn't. I said, no, I'm going to wait for that to either hold and see the next candle go green, which it didn't. So then I wait for the next break of orb high, and then I wait for confirmation. When this candle here opened up green, that was confirmation enough for me in the moment. So I ended up entering around, let's see, this is 3.89. We'll come over to paper account PL. We entered at 3.9. I moved my stop, obviously not at the orb low. I moved it here to this breaking candle of VWAP. We entered here, and it does pretty quickly shoot up to a little over 1R. But it was quick. It shot up, bounced off this resistance line, super deep pullback, which should have been a huge red flag for me. I don't like deep pullbacks like that. That's not strong, good momentum that you want to see. But then we do bounce off of the EMA 9, come back up to that same resistance line, and then we reject. So when it was pulling back, I was getting antsy. I was really thinking about just selling my position, locking in whatever small win I can get. I didn't want this trade to turn into a loss. I waited, it turns green, and I ended up selling half at about this candle close. And then this red candle just drops all the way down to VWAP. It was huge and it was fast, and I still had half my position on the table. Luckily, it came back up, and I ended up selling the other half for just right below where I entered. So I lost 1 cent per share, but overall we were up because I sold half right here. And then the stock has continued to come down. I'll quickly explain this resistance here is the pre-market resistance. We bounced off of this price 3 times, and so I wanted to mark that out. And then the first time we bounced off this in the regular market hours and the deep pullback, those were all signals for me to exit in hindsight. But regardless, I broke my rules because that first 5-minute candle was red. So moving forward, I shouldn't be making this trade anyways. It's not worth it. It's hard right now because the market is cold. There's a war going on. Politics are tense in the US. So I need to hinder my expectations and know that I will probably have more no trade days. And the days that I do trade will probably be smaller wins. We'll hop over to the trade log. We already got this trade logged. We got UGRO, long, or high, or low. Entered at 3.9, stop at 3.52, and we exited for an average of 4.04. So yes, technically 0.36 win. It's small. It could have been bigger. It also could have been a loss if we didn't manage things quite right. And also, we shouldn't have traded it. So did I follow the rules? I did not. Was it a valid setup? It was not. Volume on break was technically low. Confirmation was high. We'll see the notes. Technically broke the rules. The first 5-minute candle opened red. However, I have seen the patterns still work regardless. Feeling upset from Friday's loss still, so I broke the rules because nothing else fit my setup. Do not reinforce breaking the rules. This is the thing. I don't want to reinforce this bad behavior because even though this was a win, so my mind's going to be like, well, it still worked. It was still a win. That's going to be reinforcing breaking the rules. It doesn't matter if it was a win. What matters is, did I follow my rules or did I break them? And I broke them. So that's not good. If it was real money, all right, we're taking the win. But you can't be doing that in the future. Really can't. And my emotional state during this trade was a 5. Partly because I broke the rules and partly because it was just a hectic, strong momentum, strong pullback. I didn't know if I should sell, hold. I didn't know what to do. So the equity curve went down from Friday, and then now we bounced back up a little bit. Hopefully tomorrow we can have a clean setup, a clean trade, a nice win, but following the rules. And if we have to take a no trade day tomorrow, then that's okay. But that's been today's trade recap. Thanks for tuning in and watching. Big lesson here today about breaking the rules, and that's the whole point, right? We learn more on rule break days, on losing days, than we do on a clean setup win day. So even though it was a win today, we did learn a lot not to break the rules. So let me know, comment if you have any other takeaways. Be sure to like and subscribe to follow along the journey from rookie trader to profitable trader. Until next time, guys.